Hello, hello, beautiful souls. I'm so excited to see you again in another video. Hello, in case you are new to my channel, my name is Elisaveta and I'm a quantum narcissistic abuse recovery coach, mentor, and energy healer. And my goal here is to help you not only heal fully and recover from abuse, from narcissistic psychological abuse, but also to develop and expand your consciousness to higher levels. So, if you're interested in spirituality, mental health, psychology, metaphysics, all about star seeds, and just the deeper things in life, and you are a person that really questions things, not only like going into the surface level, I really invite you to follow me and click on the bell button so you are always the first one to get to know all the news about my channel, the videos that I post, and all the updates. So, having said that, all the needed introductions, let's just start with the video. Today's topic was also a very requested one, and many people ask me, my clients, people I have in my private Facebook group, everyone, just literally, this is very common, and they ask me that they do everything. They work on their mental health, they work on their wounds, they work on their inner child and inner teenager, but for some reason they still have narcissists in their cycle, and they still have toxic people in their cycle, and they really don't know why that is going on. They really don't know. Like, they think they are attracting this narcissist, they think they are attracting these toxic people, but in reality it's a little bit more deeper than that, and let me explain you on why. So the first thing that we have to understand here is that narcissists and other, toxic people, they don't simply thrive without anyone. They need people. They need this external validation and they need this external supply in order to get their needs met, because they are not able to regulate their needs and their wants and their wishes and even their goals by themselves. They need people, okay? So what I want to say with this is that they obviously are going to get their victims. They are obviously going to be on their hunt, praying for their new supply. It doesn't matter if they broke up, if they are going through something, if it's like your family member, they are always going to get a new person to prey on, to latch on, to basically suck off their life force with their arguments, with whatever criticism they say. This is the main thing. So what really comes into these people that ask me, into my clients, into you that you're watching this video, is that narcissists don't go into, healthy dynamics. Because if they identify that the person is secure, has a secure attachment, and they really know how to put boundaries, they obviously are going to get pissed about it, but they don't know anything else to do. They obviously will get intimidated and they will go away. The thing that happens with you usually and with us is that we are people pleasers and we are recovering codependents. And having said that, the really interesting dynamic that happens between narcissists and codependents is that they are really so similar, because narcissists get their validation externally using other people, and codependents and people pleasers, these victims and survivors, they get their validation, like they don't have the sense of worth, right? Both of them, they don't have a healthy sense of worth. They need other people to prove that they are worthy of love and affection and whatever. So narcissists, they prove themselves that they are worthy of love and they get their needs met by using other people. And codependents, they prove that they're worthy by helping other people, by sacrificing themselves, because the only way that a codependent feels useful is by using themselves, literally sacrificing themselves. I was going to say for the greater good, but this wouldn't be, a toxic approach if you actually know how to respect yourself and your boundaries. So do you see the difference here? It's very similar. That's why it's so common to have a codependent with a narcissist, because the codependent, they feel worthy only when they're being useful for someone, and the narcissist, they feel worthy even if they hide it with, you know, the shame and the mask of arrogance and cockiness and whatever, but still they have the same wound. There's the only thing is that they express it in a different way. The codependent is being used by the narcissist, and this is how they get their validation, and the narcissist uses the codependent, and this is how they get the validation. So the main point I really wanted to understand on this video, on how you can effectively this time detach from meeting all of these toxic people that end up using you, is by stopping on being a codependent, by stopping on being a people pleaser, because you have plenty of other ways to reassure yourself that you're worthy. And actually, one thing I love to tell my clients, and I love to tell my friends when they ask me about this, is that we are worthy just because we exist. And believe me, I had this issue within myself as well. I also struggled with this when I was young. But when I started to expand and I started to research into religion, especially Christianity, for example, and spirituality, and I started to read more about what, let's say, Jesus Christ said, I started to get into the idea of God and what God really means and what unconditional love truly is. True source, you know, true source, God, universe is the same thing. It's just different names. So the conclusion I got into this is that we are worthy just because we are born, because our existence is divine. Our life is divine. We matter so much because we are part of the true source of the universe. We have particles of the universe of God. Like they say, we are made on the image of God. It's literally how important we are. And it makes me so sad that the current society, it has all the religions that are being, people are using it for arrogant purposes and propagating the idea of guilt and shame and saying hey, you are born in shame, and you have to spend your entire life trying to prove yourself that you are worthy, and then you will get eternal salvation, something like that. It really gets me very sad and really upset to see all of these beliefs and propaganda being used in humanity. True God, the idea of God, unconditional love, basically. True source is unconditional love. You are worthy of love just because you exist. You don't have to prove anything to anyone, to yourself or anything. You are worthy of love just because you're a human being. Our existence is divine. And I really wanted to remember this. I really wanted to remember to tell yourself every time that you start to doubt yourself, I wanted to ask yourself, what is God? You really go to the highest source. Don't go to what the narcissist told you. Don't go to what your family told you. Don't go to what your maybe depressed friends told you. No, go to the highest source and ask yourself, what is God? God is unconditional love. And maybe it's really hard for you to say this to yourself because your voice is in your head. I literally screaming, no, 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 you didn't do enough. But I really wanted to go to your logical, rational brain for 1 second, and I wanted to see it clearly as it is. What is God? Unconditional love. Is the narcissist God? No. Even if they think they are God, even if they think maybe they are some spiritual guru, and there are many narcissists in this area too. But even if the narcissist told you that you are not good enough because you didn't do X, Y, or Z, it's not true. Okay? You are worthy because you come from God. That's it. This is the logical part. Like, you know deep down, place a hand on your chest. You know deep down that this is true. And this is what I actually want you to remember. Okay? So, the key point here is stop being a codependent, because if you stop being a codependent, you will stop having all these toxic people around you. They will stop using you. You will put the boundaries needed and realize that you are divine, you are worthy of love just because you are. You don't have to do anything to prove it. And if you want further help with this, if you want further support with this, I really invite you to invest in my 3 months commitment program, Becoming Phoenix, where you will go from hopelessness and, a little bit of hope maybe, and having spent like years of therapy, only focusing on the mind, you will go to an empowered, confident thriver that knows how to put boundaries, that knows how to actually identify narcissists and other toxic people, and knows how to use energy healing, somatic practices, any other psychology techniques and exercises to effectively, fully heal and recover yourself from complex PTSD. And of course, you have also, if you want to try, and if you're not sure, you have my private Facebook group, which is completely free. And I hold weekly masterclasses and trainings, and I have lots of workbooks and articles and posts for you to engage and receive support from other users as well as myself. So the links are below. Having said that, hope you really like this video. Please subscribe and click on the bell button to receive more notifications. Let me know in the comments what you think, what experiences did you have, if you resonated with this video, and let's see each other in the next one. Bye. Sending hugs.